Hey there, Jon Burgess here. How are you doing, guys? I hope you're keeping well. Really glad you could join. You're going to be inspired by this interview. I know you will be. And I'm really, really pleased and excited to be interviewing my good friend Vishal. Vishal, say hello.
Hello. So glad to be with you.
Ah, buddy, it's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you. So Vishal is an international speaker. He's an award-winning author, and he's been someone I've known for 10 years as well, over 10 years. And I've got a lot of time for Vishal. Vishal's just finished his 21-day nutrition kickstart program, which is all about healthy eating and working on the gut health. And it's a transformational program. It really is. And I know Vishal's had a transformation through these 3 weeks too. So check out and definitely listen to his story all the way through. So, Vishal, to put things into context for those watching, rewind yourself back just over 3 weeks ago and just let us know what was going on for you health-wise, how are you feeling, and what struggles did you have, if any, that caused you to want to do the program?
I was at a point where I was recovering with my mental health because around 3 months ago, I just came out of a psychiatric unit, mental health hospital, and I realized and remembered how important the gut is. Now it's like the second brain. And as I was recovering and going through my recovery process, I thought, I need to improve my recovery. I need to speed up because I've got a lot of clients waiting on me and I've got a lot of things I want to do. And at the moment, I'm not quite there yet. So that's when I reached out to you.
Yeah, you'd heard that I'd been doing this gut health program, hadn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And it was really nice to get that message from you. I remember you coming through on Messenger, and I'm like, it's Vishal, my good pal. And it's so good, so good. So it was really the number one reason was that, but were there other things that you maybe weren't where you wanted them to be? I'm thinking of the bloating you mentioned, and
Yeah, I was sleeping way too much. And I'm sure the medications were a factor in that. And I also noticed I was putting on weight. Again, I think the medications were influencing that. And I just wasn't where I wanted to be in terms of stability and feeling energized as I usually would have been.
yeah,
So that was the other reason for reaching out to you.
yeah. And are you happy to share a little bit about the bloating you were getting, bowel function wise, wasn't where you wanted?
Yeah, I was going to the bathroom every 2 to 3 days, and I knew that that wasn't my regular bodily process of releasing waste because I'd do it on a daily basis, but I noticed for several months it wasn't as regular as I'd like it to be. Sometimes it was daily, but most of the time it was every other day or even every third day on occasion. So I guess there was a level of constipation and it became normal for me
Yeah.
to see that. Yeah.
And the bloating, there was bloating going on as well.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Great. So you heard about the program. Did you have any reservations about doing the plan?
Initially, I was the one who reached out to you, so I was really keen to do it. And then when there was all of these aspects of eliminating foods, and I was questioning, will I actually be able to do it for the 21 days? But then I said, you know what? I want to do it. I want to see the impact. I want to see how it's going to aid my recovery. So I just went for it. There wasn't a massive holdback for me.
No. And once you did it, I mean, following the program was straightforward for you?
Yeah, I'll be honest, it was, and of course I'm going to be honest about it. It was challenging at points because being a vegetarian, it was a question of coming up with creative meals and making sure that I was eating enough. Overall, as I got into it and as a few days passed by, it got easier and easier. And there were points where I was having some sugar cravings and I wanted to eat certain foods, especially when I saw other people around me eating what they wanted. But overall, luckily I have quite strong willpower, so I was able to fight through it. And as the days went on, I even noticed that my cravings started to reduce.
Yeah, yeah, that really happens. The further into the plan it goes, and usually by the end of it, people's cravings have completely gone. That's really common for me to see with people. So you did the program, you followed the plan. Was it worth it?
Definitely. Absolutely brilliant. I noticed quite a few results, and I'm sure we're going to go into that. But yeah, I'd highly recommend anyone who wants to improve their health, that wants to get more energy, wants to improve their sleep, mental health, physical health, for sure.
So share away, Vishal, what have the benefits been for you?
I noticed that immediately after, even after a day or two, I started feeling less bloated. I started feeling that my bowel improvement started to get better, and I started going more consistently. The first few days that wasn't the case, but as it got towards the middle and the end of the program, the second and third week, I started noticing I was going almost every day, which was a big improvement. I was feeling less tired, less lethargic at points, which was great. A big one was I noticed, and you noticed, that I started getting mentally sharper towards the end of the program.
Yeah.
And I even dropped a couple of kilos at around 4 pounds.
Yeah. Which was, just an added bonus on top of the health improving.
Yes, absolutely.
Love it, Vishal. It's been great just seeing that transition and that improvement. And like I say, for you, I just remember week 3, as you're going through week 3, I'm like, yeah, I can really, because we were speaking in contact regularly. I was like, yeah, Vishal's looking really sharp here. He's and I could tell your thinking had really sharpened up as well. So
Yes.
it's been good.
Even as a byproduct, I think, because I was on a few different medications for recovery with my mental health, I explained to the consultant that I felt ready to come off one of the medications. And I think this program was also responsible for helping me do that.
Yeah. And he was happy to support.
Not the main factor, but one of the factors, because if the gut's working better, then the hormones and the systems are getting more balanced. And so I felt there was no need to be on as many medications, which is great.
It's a good point, and something that not everybody's aware of is that serotonin, which many of you have heard of, that's impactful on our mood. 95% of serotonin is manufactured in our gut. So our gut has to be functioning well and working well for that to happen. So, that's why when people get to the end of this program, they usually feed back to me. They say, I feel my mood's improved. I just feel happier, and I can't quite put my finger on why. And I feel calmer. They feel more relaxed, and they're dealing with difficult situations more easily, and they just have that feel good factor without them having to try. And that's really nice to see that land and happen for others. So yeah.
I also noticed, this has just come up in my mind, that because I was eating so clean and adding in these brilliant Purify supplements, I could tell and feel that my body was so much cleaner and lighter.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
People get this glow. It's like you can tell when someone's done it because they've got that inner smile, and they're feeling good about themselves, and their body's working in harmony more. So yeah,
I think you start to learn more about your body as well.
Yeah.
And when you're taking care of what you're putting into your body, it makes a massive difference.
There's a form of self-respect that happens through that process. And once people have experienced how good they can feel again, it's a really great motivator to continue after the 21 days as well for people. So, that habits are broken, new habits are created, and it's good for people to know what's possible, really. And yeah, I'm so glad you've been through the experience. I'm so glad that you're happy to share this story as well, Vishal, and inspire others. I really appreciate it, and to be so honest as well in the conversation, because I know there'll be people watching, and this will really inspire them. So if you're watching this video, what I want to recommend you do is you just hit the heart emoji if you're on social media, and send Vishal some love for being open and honest and sharing with you what's been possible for him. So what I'd also just like to say is, if there's someone watching this now, Vishal, and they're sitting on the fence, they're thinking about the idea of this plan and they're being inspired, they're a bit, what would your recommendation be to them? What would you say? What would you say to them, in fact?
I'd say jump, take the leap, because if you don't take care of your health, who will? You're the primary person that's going to determine where you go with your life, with your finances, with your relationships, with your energy, many different things. And even if you do have some reservations, communicate with the person who's invited you or who told you to do the Purify program, whether it's John, whether it's me. Communicate, ask the questions. And I know that if you go through it, you will get your own brilliant results. So I'd highly recommend, if you want more energy, you want to have a better quality of life, you want to feel more alive, you want to cleanse your body, I would highly recommend you give this a go.
Yeah, love it, Vishal. Love it. And it really comes through the experience. The knowing comes from the experience, you know, and being that example, which you truly are as well, Vishal. So thank you, thank you. So for those of you watching, you know what? No, don't just hit the heart emoji, Vishal. Comment below and congratulate him on his achievement. And look, just a reminder, what this is quite simply, it's following some healthy eating programs and recipes for 21 days. And alongside that, you're working on your gut health with specific targeted approach. Okay. The gut health influences everything. It's where you absorb your nutrition. And you're only as healthy as what you absorb. It's also so impactful on the mind as well, as we spoke about earlier. So, you know,
and it's not a diet. It's not a diet. That's the great thing. It's a lifestyle change. Because I was eating as much as I wanted to eat. It wasn't like I had to not eat, because a lot of diets mean you have to not eat as much food. But this is not the case. You get to eat a lot of good, healthy foods.
Yeah, it's not a starvation plan. If you're hungry, you eat. As long as it's the things that are recommended, you can eat. There's no restriction on amounts. Okay. So thank you for highlighting, Vishal. So yeah, if you're mildly interested in finding out more information about what's involved, how it works, how it can help you, it's really, really simple. Either comment below in the chat or send a private message if you prefer to do it that way, and ask for more information. Vishal, by the way, if there's people watching right now and they know you and they maybe feel more comfortable to reach out to you to ask questions, is that okay with you?
Absolutely. Love to help.
So if you know Vishal, drop him a message. Ask him the questions you need to ask him. If you know me, maybe you've been watching some of these testimonials for a while and now's the right time for you, or maybe it's your first one and you think, yeah, I'm ready for this. I want to start taking better care of myself. I want to invest in my own health. Then just drop me a message and I can give you more information. Other than that, it's just here for me to say a big thanks again, Vishal, for your faith and trust in me and for also showing up and sharing your inspiring story. Really, really appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, John. I just realized I didn't cut my hair. I didn't do my beard. I didn't cut my hair. I'm going to the barber later on.
You're still looking good, mate. You're still looking good. And I'm not going to edit this either. So
love that. I love it. That's the thing about interviews. The more real you keep it, the more relatable they are.
100%. Authentic, real stories. Nothing's fluffed up. Nothing's changed. It's just real life stories. It's not about me. It's about the real life experiences from people doing the plans. So yeah, if you watched till the end and you heard that bit, there you go, saying it as it is. So final message to all of you watching, just, you know, remember to look after yourselves. Number one, look after yourselves. And number two, look after each other as well. All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, Vishal. Bye.
Thank you.